Welcome to Endurance Noise and Random Musings. I'm your host, Andy Noyce. It is Sunday night, April 11th, 2021. Almost had to pause it. I'm not sure what day it was. I don't know why, but during COVID, it kind of happens. So Instagram, some endurance Instagram. This is a sprinter, but it's kind of interesting here. Tony Bowman says, my ambition is to run the 100 meters when I'm 100 and to live until I'm 120. And I guess he's a master sensation. 85 years old, did a 200-meter record of 36:67. And that's a 440 mile pace. Pretty good. He had heart surgery last year, and his wife died of COVID. Yet he is full of optimism in life and wants to continue running into his hundreds. And like yesterday, I was doing Run for the Burros, and the first couple miles were uphill with my heart rate medication, the beta blockers. I just can't push my body as like I used to. So I did the first mile or two with my good friend Bill Dickey, who's done many 6-day races over the years. In fact, just did one in Arizona. And he's 81 years old and 81 years young, and definitely a great guy. And I know a lot of people in their 70s and 80s are keep on going. And I know that's one of my goals, is to keep doing what I like doing up until I can't do it anymore. So I got up this morning pretty beat up. Getting back, my sleep's finally getting back a little bit. And nothing much going on. A couple of things that was cool, though. I was talking to Ed, of course, with his win the Jester in the 72-hour. My friend Susan won the 48. And then this young man here, Eric, he was on Clubhouse with us. And we and Ed have done races with him in the past. And I guess this was his fourth attempt at getting a 100-mile finish. And he got it. And we were talking to him a week or so before the race and giving him some pointers and telling him. And it sounds like he said, he's missed a cutoff and DNF'd in 3 ultras, and he first got his first hundo buckle. Says it included a bunch of crying, and he says, ran 236 miles on 3 attempts, and I felt the gut-wrenching feeling of DNFing. I even swore off ultras and thought it wasn't for me. Thank God for all of you, and especially to Chloe and Robert. And so congratulations to him. It's always good to see people achieve the goals they're looking out at. And then we also had another young man that I've had on my podcast video, Ray, and he was out there at the Blue doing the 48-hour race, and he got 3rd place. And his first time ever being on the podium. This year seemed so hard, and he said it was definitely cold at night and got warm during the day, and he was really happy to get an award. And the awards are always unique. Here is his award for a 3rd and 48. When I won the 48 back in 2016, they gave me this gigantic grasshopper that is about the only trophy that we have in the house. It's in my wife's study area, and it's a cool little gift there. Really like it. You can see here I did a pretty slow workout, but so this morning I did a 10K, pretty dang slow, walked it, and then I got on the treadmill. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I got one of these for Swift, the run transmitter that records your treadmill moving, because I've got the watch. I got a Garmin that does the virtual run, but it goes in and out from sometimes and kind of drives me nuts. So I found this item on Swift's application. Turn any treadmill into a smart one for more accurate training. And this one will actually do your elevation too. And so I ordered it. Swift's always good about getting it in quickly, and you can kind of see you connect it there. And these little dots there is what it reads. I made the directions much more difficult than they actually are. You just take it out of the box, charge it up, put it on your treadmill, and put these little strips and pretty much push the buttons, and it syncs up to Swift very nicely. That's one of the reasons I bought it. It says, there's a whole new way to run on Swift thanks to the Rune Smart Treadmill sensor from North Pole Engineering. The Rune easily installs on the side of rail of most treadmills. It uses an optical speed sensor to track belt rotation speed. This revolutionary device broadcasts data directly back to Swift. What does this mean? It means you get the most accurate speed, distance, incline, and cadence day while running on Swift, helping you level up every time you train. And that's one thing with me. I like technology, but it kind of sounds silly because everybody likes it. But I don't like buggy technology. Like, if it doesn't work, I don't want to deal with it. Like, I years ago got into polars back 20-plus years, and I loved them. They're super accurate. Then Garmin, which I do love for GPS, had their version of heart rate monitors, but they didn't work all the time. It drove me absolutely batty. Now, of course, I've got one on my wrist on my watch, and I really like it. So really like this product. Probably do a video on it showing you how easy it is to install. And so, like I said, nothing interesting here for training. Just did a 10K in the morning and a couple miles this evening. Jumped into a poker tournament while I was talking to Ed post-race. and cashed again. So it was back-to-back cashes, and that was kind of fun to do. Why am I on the screen? Let's see. Let's go to Endurance Twitter. Not a whole lot going on. In fact, speaking of watches, Sabrina Little wrote, I'm glad I did not own a GPS watch in high school. I would have driven myself mad with all the stats, unlike now when I am extremely mature and hardly ever spend time in assessing these numbers. Very funny. Then, of course, hosted a few of those things, a bunch of different ones. And Clayton Murphy, why there got to be so much time between events at track meet makes our sport so boring and drag on. And that's definitely the case. I've been to a lot of track meets in my day, and gosh, I don't know why they have so much time in between. A lot of races, especially here locally, track meets always run late. I do like when we used to go up to Clovis Buchanan High School, they ran like clockwork. If the event was going to start at 7:35, it started at 7:35. In fact, they're showing the Buchanan Great Oak, the girls race is their last one's on YouTube tonight. It's really good about the cross-country teams. Great Oak going up against Buchanan and their season from a couple of years ago. So I highly recommend checking that out. Scrolling here, Northern Arizona had a great 1,500 the other day, I guess. Louis Grijalva went 3:39, and that's a track facility record. Abnur Noor, 3:43. Nico Young, of course, a sensation from Newbury Park at 3:44. So it sounds like they're just moving on, keep on going, keep on trucking. They had a great cross-country season, obviously. And then, speaking of some fast track here, it says 14:49 for 5K at altitude at Tessike. That's the second fastest 5K ever. Helen O'Berry ran 14:48 in Nairobi in 2018. So Tessike also finished 7 seconds ahead of world record holder Gidey. In the space of 2 months, she's run 2 flat for the 800, 4 flat for the 1,500, 8:30 for the 3K, and 15 for the 5K. So pretty great performance. I guess they must be picking their Olympic teams. And Jonathan Galt from Let's Run said, big run for indoor 1,500 world record holder Tessike to take down the 5K world record holder Gidey. And very interesting to see one of Adidas' fastest athletes racing in the Nike spikes. And yep, those super shoes are definitely the way it is. In fact, here's a little thing Rich Gonzalez said. Series ends tonight. Their journey, Great Oak versus Buchanan, drops at 6 p.m. sharp on HG Runner's channel on YouTube. And I've been watching it. It's a really good series, so definitely highly recommend it. They also had the boys one where it was Great Oak versus Newbury Park. This one I often think, of course, I didn't watch the golf this year. Jonathan Galt says, one guy wrote, I said, I would like to run a cross-country meet at Augusta National Golf Course. Jonathan Galt said, I have this thought every year watching the Masters. And yeah, golf courses are great places to have cross-country meets. Back in the day when I was coaching at Bakersfield High, we went to the Stanford Invitational, which is on a cross-country course. And then I went up there with actually Richard Gonzalez and covered it a year or two later and got to watch Blake Haney win the big championship race. And he later on ran for Eugene, the Oregon Ducks, and is now up in Flagstaff running for Under Armour. So definitely cross-country on golf courses is a great way to do it. In fact, we have a Bakersfield College runs often on the Bakersfield Country Club course on Mondays when the place is closed. And so let's just get to some data for me. So resting heart rate is still elevated. You can see here, look at there's my race yesterday. I did that 10-miler, definitely spiked. This morning, you can see training wasn't much of anything today. Then if you go to sleep, 5 hours, 13 minutes. I'm so excited. Actually getting back to almost normal. Sleep score sucks. And then, of course, my 7 days, it just shows me doing a 30-minute walk. And I was trying to run this afternoon, but going pretty slow. This morning, I was trying to run, and you can see it says elliptical for 29 minutes, walk 19, 15 elliptical, 51 walk. So elliptical, I'll take it. And then, of course, only 48 ounces of water today, but I'm going to be drinking at least one more mug of it to get me to 72, hopefully. So that's about it for Endurance, Noise, and Random Musings. Please, if you would, subscribe to this channel, trying to get to 1,000. And thank you guys for all the likes and watching the videos. And as always, stay healthy,